So our co-main event of UFC on ESPN plus 121 is the heavyweights, right? We have Waldo Cortes Acosta against Ante Delija, right? This is fun. This is a fun co-main, right? So Salsa Boy, Waldo Cortes Acosta, right? He's 34, 6'4", 78-inch reach. He has a 14-2 overall record. He's coming in off of a loss, right? He's 7-2 in the UFC, went 2-0 in LFA, 1-0 in Bellator, and he came via the Contender Series, right? He got his contract by stopping Danilo Suzat in the first round, right, on the August the 2nd, 2022. Right, that was after beating Thomas Patterson, right, Peterson even, for the LFA heavyweight belt, right, in April that year. He stopped him in the third round. Right, so yeah, made his debut against Jared Vanderara, right, who I believe was also an LFA champion. He won that fight by a decision. That was in October 2022. In November, fast turnaround, right? He got another unanimous decision over Chase Sherman. He then suffered his first defeat, right, against Marcos Rodrigo de Lima. That was April 2023. Right, he bounced back in August that year, beating Lucas Bresky, first round knockout. He got a decision over Andre Orlovsky in January 2024. He then beat Robulos Dasanyan in May 2024. Knocked out Ryan Spann in the second round in March of this year. He then got a decision over Sergey Spivak in June, but he fell to Sergey Pavlovich in August via decision. Now, Cortes Acosta, he does have knockout power, right? He does. I think the issue some of the times is he doesn't do enough, right? Like the win over Despania, right? Robertless Despania, neither really did much. He just did a little bit more than Robertless, because he really didn't, you know what I mean, do anything that fight, which was bonkers, right? The loss to De Lima, again, that was another really lackluster affair. And that happens to him, you know? But it cannot happen on Saturday night as he steps in to fight walking trouble, Ante Delija, right? He's 35, 6'3", 78-inch reach. So 26-6 overall. It's coming in off of 2 wins. And it feels like we saw him just the other week, right? Which is bonkers. You know, he won his debut, you know, beating Marcin Tabora. It was a first round stoppage, right? And yes, that was the 6th of September. So, you know, it wasn't that long ago. But as I say, it was a first round knockout. So, right, he's fresh. Didn't really do much. And, you know, if you can stack a couple of quick fights behind a camp, yo, you were in the money, right? And he came to the UFC after stopping another former UFC fighter in Jurgen de Castro, right? So, good wins there. He beat Morris Green also, who was formerly in the UFC, right? And man, he did look good against Tabora. He really did. Those hands were sharp and deadly, right? So I think he was active, right? And you know, if Cortes Acosta is not doing anything, right? If he's slow at the start, I see Ante getting a quick finish, right? I think Ante just wins in general, right? He's quicker, and I think he's got the heavier hands. So yeah, I'm taking Ante Delija to get the win, right? But it should be, man, fireworks to take us into the main event, which is always fun, right? You're riding a high for that last fight. So let's see.